Hello and welcome, my name is Connor,
Hi, I'm Michaiah.
and together we are Double
Double
Trouble.
trouble.
To set up and run our app, first we need to download Node.js. This is just the JavaScript runtime variables, which we can visit the Node.js website and download from here. We then download Android Studio, visit the Android Studio website and download from here. And then once you have Android Studio, you can click this blue button up here, and you can add an SDK for the Android version your phone is currently running on. We then git clone the project to our repo. So it's just downloading all the project files we've been working on. We can then run npm install. I have installed it here. This just downloads all the dependencies for our node modules folder. And then we run ionic cap run android-l-external, which I have done right here, and this deploys it to our phone. For our architecture we used MVC architecture, and the way we formatted this in our project is by using a different folder structure for each of the 3 layers in the 3-layer architecture. So for our model layer we have a persistence folder. In our view layer we have an asset, styles, the rendering part of the pages, components and theme folders. And then in our controller we have the utility folder and the page handlers. So in our actual app, we can see this by going to the persistence folder for the model. We have Firebase functions. This is what provides the main data for our app that is displayed on the view. For our view we have assets, which is the images, components which are imported. We have the pages, so we can go to the rendering part of the pages, and we have styles that are imported to style the view, theme that applies the theme, and for our controller we have utility functions such as this date formatter, which manipulates data that is sent to the model, and then we have the handlers in our pages such as this create signup, which also provides data to the model.
I'll now demo how our app works. So on the left I have got both Firebase and Firestore open just to show you the live changes. And on the right I have 2 different instances of our app open. The one on the left here is open in a web browser, and the one on the right is open on my Android phone, which is being mirrored onto my computer right now. So on my phone, if I just log in as myself, here, I can log in. I'll just quickly go to the profile page. This is our profile page, which shows off the profile picture I've selected, my name when I joined, the gender I selected, and my bio, which is just testing right now. I can edit everything on this page with this button, so I can select my profile picture to be, let's say this one, save, let's put it up there. I can change anything down here. So I can go down here, I can delete some things. So notably at the end it won't say testing anymore. So if I click save and wait that to go away and go to my profile, there we go. You can see my picture has changed and my bio no longer says testing on the end. And you might have seen it automatically update on the left here as well with all that information. So if I go to my contacts, you can see I've currently got Connor and a random testing contact added. And I've currently got a conversation going with Connor right now. So I open this up, you can see that we've been sending each other random messages just to test out this component. So if I just log in as Connor on this side now, on my web app, I can open the conversation. If I send a message in here, hello, and you see it appears here, because I sent the message, it's on the right, as he didn't, it's on the left. If he sends a message, and see they appear on both devices. I will now quickly log out to demonstrate adding a contact and making a new account. So I can sign up. Let's create a new account. Let's make a classic John Doe with username John and password John. Sign up. Here we go. You can see a good old John right over here has been added with some default stats on his page. And we can log in as John now. John. Login. See, he doesn't have any conversations, doesn't have any contacts. Let's change that. So in order to add a contact, both people who want to add each other's contacts will need to go to this page here, which can be accessed on the contacts page, and clicking this add button. And they have the choice of either sharing their code with a friend or scanning someone else's code. So on my phone, I'm going to press scan a code and then point my phone at the code on my screen right now. There we go. And now if I go to contacts, you can see that I've added Connor as a friend. So I still don't have a conversation yet. And if I go over here, you can see all the current conversations. And if I wanted to start a conversation with Connor, I can click on his name, which, as you see on the left, starts a conversation. It's currently only a couple users on it and no messages. Let's modify that. Connor also can't see the conversation yet because he hasn't sent a message. So if I send a message, bam, you see that he can see the message and the messages pop up on the left here on Firebase. Now Connor can open this up and say, hey buddy, send. And they both see the message and it gets sent to Firebase. I'll now quickly go over the components used in our application. So on the login page, we have a div containing everything, a ion list for this middle section here that contains the title, the inputs, and the button. You can see an ion title with a heading 1, and ion items for the inputs that have an ion label and an ion input each. The signup page is very similar, with another list of inputs and title, and more buttons. No new components here. I'll just quickly log in. On the context page, we have made use of a ion avatar and ion image in order to display the avatar for each contact, with more labels and ion items and ion lists to display everything. In the bottom right, we've also got an ion floating action button, or fab, that uses both ion fab and ion fab button and an ion icon to be displayed with 3 different components. So if we open this up, we go to the add contact page, which has a QR code component. You can see here, with more of the same things, with a header displaying everything at the top, another button. We've also made use of the barcode scanner API here in order to scan the barcode when the scanner code button is pressed. We go to the conversations page now. We've got another list with more of what we've seen before, with content, list, item labels, and notes. The note is new, that we use the timestamp to display it off to the side. On the messaging page, we have more lists, inputs, input field, buttons, more of the same, nothing new here. But at this point, it's probably worth noting that we use a Firebase API in order to store everything. The configuration is in this file, and all the functions for it can be seen in here. And we also have a local storage API to store these things locally as well. And all the functions for that can be seen in here. Again, more of the same, but we've used a lot of different headers in here. So we've got a header 1 in the ion title. Otherwise, we have a header 2 for the name, header 3 for the joint agenda, and header 5 for the bio. Most notably, we've seen it before, but it's used primarily here, is the ion toolbar to contain both the edit and logout buttons on this page and the edit page, and align them properly. We do, however, have the ion text area or component as well.
For our actionable insights, we use notification pop-ups to alert the user whether an action was successful or failed to allow the user to perform an action accordingly from this insight. For an example, in our login page, if you don't log in with anything, we have a notification up here that says, please enter username and password. The user is now prompted to enter username and password. We have these throughout our application, such as in the sign up screen. If I sign up with the username that already exists, the username already exists. This alerts the user to change their username and password. Here are some examples of control actions that provide insight to the user. So when the user logs in with nothing in the username or password fields, please enter username or password. This prompts the user to enter into the inputs. Incorrect username or password. This prompts the user to retry the username and password combination. If the user tries to scan a contact they've already added, this is told to them, so they no longer have to try and continue scanning them. Or you cannot scan yourself, no longer try scanning that same QR code. Successfully added as a contact. Now this prompts the user to message that contact they just added. This is for the editing profile page. So if you edit a profile and you save successfully, it messages you so then you don't have to continue trying to edit your profile because you know it's saved. Or if there's an error saving the user, then they can try and continue to re-edit their profile to save it. Also messaging. Insightful action that you can perform on messages is once you receive the message, you can reply to that message. For sign up as well, if we have a username that already exists, then the user is told so and they no longer have to try with this username, they have to try a different username. Either they have to fill in all fields, and if they've saved successfully, then they no longer have to. Now they know that they have a username and they can proceed with the login page.